Jump and roll with America's premier motorcycle talk show. Open Road Radio is on the air with Gina Woods and other guest hosts. And now, with riding on their minds, here's your hosts of Open Road Radio.
Hey, fresh back from Daytona 2023. I'm in the house. Gina Woods with Penny FXR, who's in the house with Full Throttle Law Studio, 1400 AM, Kass Shop Radio in Las Vegas. Hey, lady.
Hi, how are you? Are you feeling alive after Daytona?
Feeling alive, feeling regenerized, very energetic, very excited about the season opening up. You know, I mean, we've done Meet Gum, and that was kind of the opener for me. But you know, to be around hundreds and thousands of bikers, yeah, it does definitely energize you.
Yeah, good start for the year. Just kind of pumps you up and gets you going, right?
It really did, and we missed you. We really missed you.
I so missed you guys, but I'm sure I'll see you at the next event for sure. I was keeping an eye on all you guys, though.
There's lots more adventures to be had this year. And the kickoff. We have got a great show tonight. I'm so excited about this roundtable of women that we are going to introduce in a moment for the 82nd Daytona Beach Bike Week 2023. And we've got ladies that we're going to be featuring: Marilyn, Stemp, Laura Klock, Toni Woodruff, Athena, Vagabond Chickens, Vagabond Choppers. Athena, I have a long history. Actually, I have a long history with all of these women. So I'm thrilled and honored that they found some time. It's really hard getting back from Daytona and getting this show ready, but everybody complied and they're joining us. So I'm really thrilled. We want to thank our sponsors, Andrews Products, who I was with all week at Destination Daytona. What a great time we had. And that was, last week we talked to John Karatz, and what a cool cat he is. He just makes everybody happy and just very accommodating. So just loved being there. That's kind of my home away from home in Daytona, is to be set up at J&P Cycles at Destination Daytona. And speaking about Destination Daytona, Terry is just a trip over at Terry Morris from Destination Daytona. And what a cool cat. Just a lot of fun. Got to see him a lot on the grounds and at different bike shows throughout the week.
That's awesome. So he was out engaging with people, and
he really was. He was all over the place.
That's wonderful. Good to hear.
He's a Teddy. I'm sorry. I think I said Terry. Teddy.
Yeah,
Anyways.
You did say
So just a great time. The ladies are going to come up. First, I wanted to ask you what happened in Vegas last week while we were all busy in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, so Vegas was good. We finally, it's been exceptionally cold here, and we finally got some warm weather. So everybody was out riding all weekend. Saturday, Main Street Moto had a gear swap, which is the first gear swap we've ever done. And it was pretty cool. We were encouraging people to, do their spring cleaning, bring riding clothes that they don't wear anymore to either, swap or sell. And it went really, really well. We were actually, with a donation to this SOS charity, we were giving those riding jackets away for a $20 minimum donation.
Wow. That is cool. I like the whole idea of a swap. That's way cool.
Yeah, Sin City Moto Girls were out there. They had 3 tables and they did amazing as well. Didn't have a huge turnout. The wind was pretty bad that day and everybody was out riding because it was our first warm day. But we are going to do it again this fall. So it's, it'll catch on and pick up.
Yeah, definitely will.
Great idea.
It really is a great idea. I love it. I think we should do something like that here. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Just get out there and be able to share what you have and see what. So you can decide if you want to sell or swap or.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was free to set up. We had an entire parking lot. We had a food truck that had amazing pizza. And yeah, you can sell your gear. There was a lot of swapping going around with the different
Didn't they
tables.
have a show like that where they swapped wives or husbands or
Right.
something like that? I don't know.
They're just swapping
Clothes
clothes.
sounds a lot safer.
Exactly. That's funny, Gina.
Uh,
Oh, that's awesome.
we had a great time. Please, and have some great ladies that we're going to introduce in a moment. Give it a like, give it a share. For those of you listening on 1400 AM K Shop, you can also follow us on YouTube and Facebook, Gina Woods Facebook, Open Road Radio, and our LinkedIn page as well. I don't know if the LinkedIn is. I got terribly hacked on LinkedIn, so if anybody got any financial stability messages from me, which I understand is what my account was sending, and then a golf picture. That's so not me. I was in.
Yeah, because you're golfing all the
Yeah,
time. We know that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not changing industries that fast. But we want to say hello to some of our folks that are Dave Mackey. Hello from sunny Yuma. Hey, Dave. Good to see you here. Larry, thank you so much for joining us. It was great to see you. It was great to see you at the benefit, the Flying Piston benefit, which Marilyn's going to talk about in just a few minutes as well. Robin, hey, got a live broadcast at our Louie next week. We'll tell you at the end of the show what that is all about. So let's bring on these fantastic industry ladies. We have got just there we go. We got Laura Klock. Laura Klock is Hall of Famer. Toni Woodruff from the Buffalo Chip, and well as Marilyn Stemp, Iron Trader News Hall of Famer, and Athena After Dark, who actually has a show after this. So she is just so cool to be plugging along with us and then get ready for her show, which I hope everybody participates in as well after this show. So it's a double decker, which you have to follow along on this one and then participate in Athena. So you got 2 hours of great motorcycle talk coming to you. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
Mia, I've got to tell you what, it was so great to see you guys. And I got to see you more than once because Abby Smith, hello, Abby, because we all participated in quite a few events. So it was really cool to go to one event and then see you at another event and then see you at another event. We're going to talk about all of that. Right now, we're going to start out with Destination Daytona, JP Cycles. I just talked about John Kratz, who's just amazing, such a great, cool cat. And there was just so much going on at Destination Daytona, JP Cycles. Oh, Jill, who was sick she was sick at the beginning of the week. Marilyn, did you know that?
Yeah, she said the allergies, it was an early spring in Florida. So the allergies bothered a lot of people, the stuff that was blooming, and those of us coming from the Midwest and up further north, we just weren't prepared for it.
That's right. And, if you go into J&P Cycles, a retail store there at Destination Daytona, you just run into a lot of people. And I ran into a lot of people. Kass and Moses was there. That's one of our title sponsors. And it was great to see them set up in the pavilion, which is always a great time. Our Frank Carey rep runs all of the events in the pavilion. And there's my guy.
Oh,
yeah, Michael Peterson. Michael is great. He came in for the races. They're doing a little bit of R&D, ladies, for a new Cam 45. So all those Sons of Speed guys are really going to dig their upcoming information. They said that later on in the summer, they should have a 45 Cam that they're going to introduce to all kinds of racers. So that'll be really exciting. We're excited about that. So
that's Danny from Zippers, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great to see him, man.
Yeah, a lot of people stop by the booth, and you hang out with legends like
Gina Woods,
like Marilyn Stemp. Everybody comes by the booth to say hi. Yeah, they were set up there for the week. That was our girl Robin. She has been working with me for the last 3 years in Destination at the J&P Cycles booth. So she knows all the cool cats. Took me out all the vintage bike nights, and that was way cool. That's where I got to see lots of good friends and so forth. So yeah, we were set up there, and there's that little bike that we auctioned off, Marilyn.
It looks awesome. Yes, it went to a happy new owner. So exciting.
Derek Ames, right?
Yes,
Is that Derek? Derek, yeah, they were really excited. There's a couple of legends, Tom Motzko and Don MD.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that was way cool. It's always cool to see those guys. Back to a little bit of Kass and Moses there. And just a lot of people came by to talk. Gary was there from Andrews Products, and he's a tech. So he was able to answer all the things I couldn't even figure out. But he was right on spot, man. He helped a lot of people. And boy, I'm telling you what, a lot of people use Andrews Products and cams, and looking forward to the new products that they just came out with and are getting ready to come out with. So that was a lot of fun. Great time at J&P. Love to be there. And just some of the other guys. Those guys are really great. Hogworks, they're with us at J&P and Sturgis every year as well. And they're just fun guys. And you see everybody under the sun there, all kinds of, as you would anywhere in Daytona, Bike Week, or Sturgis. You just see lots of fun costumes and lots of fun people.
But he's dressed to the hilt, ready for Bike Week.
Right.
Brings out all the freaky people.
or undressed to the hilt.
That's the key word, yeah.
Well, the weather was perfect, really. So it was kind of, everybody got a chance to wear their tank tops and their crops, and then they got chilly enough that you could put on a leather jacket. So that's what everybody longs for in Daytona, right? For the fashion statement.
Well, and I think it was one of the most perfect years that there has been in a long time. I remember some Daytona Bike Weeks being down to like 40, 50 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Us Florida girls, we run for the snowmobile suit because we're.
I remember that was the year I went in and saw John, and he was at J&P at Destination Daytona, and I bought like an entire wardrobe, and I put it all on at the same time before I left the store. I had a turtleneck, a jacket, I had like boots, I had everything. I said, well, I just single-handedly contributed, you know.
all with a trip to Florida. Go figure.
Yeah, to Florida, because I went with nothing that required a turtleneck.
Well, and you know, it's so bad coming home after Bike Week because you expect it to be, you know, the time change and it's lighter later, but it's still freezing. There was still snowing today. And, you know, it's like March is the longest month ever when you come home from Daytona Bike Week. It's just like you can't get it to warm up fast enough.
You guys
I remember back in the day when Dennis and I used to leave Pittsburgh to go down to cover the rally, you know, in the early 90s. And it would be snowing in Pittsburgh, and the further south we'd go, you'd finally get into South Carolina and Georgia and see the trees beginning to bud. And we'd think, oh, wow, there really is spring on the earth somewhere. And take a week getting used to the nice weather and turn around and go back to winter again.
Yep.
Oh, man.
And we're the opposite. We don't ever see the seasons change because I'm 200 miles south. And like I said, it was 92 degrees here today. So we're used to, but that's the same thing. Like you guys up north, you all have some time to like tear your bikes down and redo them. And but there's none of that here. We're riding all year round. So it's
Athena just had this amazing bronze skin like the whole week. And I just kept looking at it going, damn.
Neck up.
I was very jealous of your bronze tan.
So ladies, how was Biker Bells?
Well, first off, I want to talk about Monday brought the Flying Piston benefit. Oh my God, what a blast.
Yes,
So I found out that the best position or role that I could have is doing the signature table, which is the very best place to be during that event because you get to talk to everybody. And well, there might be a couple pictures of me, you guys. But everybody was there. And Marilyn, why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about it?
Oh, Gina, you were our really poster girl as a greeter and the the person to corral all of our dignitaries to autograph the couple of auction items we had that required that. You were just the perfect person because you know everybody and nobody could.
Because I wanted to get pictures with everybody.
That's right. That's right. And they couldn't get past you. They knew that they had to stop and chat with Gina and do her bidding before they could go have coffee and donuts and start enjoying themselves. But honestly, we were just, that's Teddy right there signing the banners. Teddy Morse.
Yeah.
Really delighted that he came over and, you know, personable and fun. And he actually ended up buying one of our 4 little Stasic bikes, one of the customs, and it turned out to be the one that Corey Ness customized. So it was so fun to have the opportunity to introduce Corey Ness to Teddy Morse and listen to them start talking about being the sons of pretty famous fathers and, you know, how their lives kind of paralleled. And at that point, I thought, well, my work here is done. So I just backed off and let them go to it. But that's just the kind of thing that we do, I think, at the Flying Piston. It just brings people together in unexpected ways. And it's just become such a wonderful kind of gathering and networking place. And I want to just make sure that we say thank you to the companies that stepped up and sponsored us. And that included, of course, the Sturgis Buffalo Chip, Motorcycle Safety Lawyers, Strider, who came in, and Baker Drivetrain. All of those folks stepped in, and then, of course, we were hosted by the dealership, Teddy Morse HD. And it was also really fun to have Mandy Rossmeyer and her mom, Sandy, turn up and be our volunteers. You know, when those are your volunteers, you don't worry about anything. You know, you have Gina over here and the Rossmeyers over there, and everything just kind of took care of itself.
When Marilyn asks you to volunteer, you never say no. Nobody says no. She has a whole fleet of volunteers waiting and back.
Oh, Gloria came. I mean, it was just, we just had the best group of people and wonderful auction items from terrific folks that stepped up. And the artwork, gosh, the skate decks that the artists sent in, and then, you know, also like these crazy like growlers and things from thanks to Big Frig. The artist did these amazing kinds of artwork on this stuff, and I think we made probably more money. I think we'll cover 2 schools with programs this time around.
You did fabulous. $10,000, over $10,000.
Yes,
that was amazing. So
Yeah,
proud of
awesome.
you.
And that's really because of the artists and the contributions, their time, their efforts, and just the quality of the work was so stellar that I think it connected so well with people.
Well, and I think that it's an industry, and not just an industry event, but, you know, people have heard, you know, and are getting tickets online, and the more promotion there is, of course, the better. But I think that it was probably the best one yet. And I mean, they're all good, and it's just gotten really popular. Marilyn, you've done such a great job in growing it.
Well, Jeff Nager, my partner, it was all his idea. And, you know, I remind him that he dragged me into it kicking and screaming. So I can't really take any credit at all for it. It was all his doing.
And all kids' bikes is incredible. What they do is absolutely incredible. I think that's the neatest thing.
Yeah, I think you've done a phenomenal job with your auction and how you structured everything and how you can reach and include everyone. It's so nice to a nice way to participate, and you know, at the Buffalo Chip, we're really seeing it grow and change. So, congratulations.
Well, thank you. And you know, this year at the Buffalo Chip will be our 9th annual event there. So, boy, has time flown. I can't believe getting to that point at the Chip. So it's been pretty remarkable. Look at all those happy faces, Gina. What a bunch of wonderful photos you got.
Yeah, well, I'm sure everybody's tired of seeing me by now, but I did get to take some pictures and add them to my album. So I love that job. I'll do it again next year for you.
Oh, thank you. And I have witnesses that just heard that, so you're signed up already.
Right, exactly. Now, Marilyn, did it just derive from the builder's breakfast that used to be when Darcy was taking care of it? Wasn't she doing that with Billy Lane?
Yes. That was really
there you go.
Yeah. Those builders breakfasts that we started were actually in Sturgis down at in downtown.
Okay.
That was during the period when builders. What did they call it? Biker Build Off was on TV on the
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Yep.
it was things were so different then. We had people lined up trying to get into those, and then when they were just building Destination Daytona, the Rossmeyers just kind of inhabiting that, and much of it was still swamp. Darcy and I had a couple of builders' breakfasts there when Bruce was still alive, and guys
You
like
remember?
Russell Mitchell and Eddie Trotta and some of the builders we don't really get to see much anymore turned up at
Yeah,
those.
I remember I went to the first two, and I don't know if there were before or many after, but
Yep.
yep, I should remember that. And that was before all the big buildings went up.
Yep, it was indeed. The pavilion was there. So
Yeah.
actually us having our event there is bringing it back to the pavilion because that's where we started.
The origination. Love it. Love it. Hey, next up, we've got the morning ride. And Toni, I'm going to let you talk about this. That was a great picture from Trish. Trish was so cool to ride
Yeah.
with. I've known her for so long and have never ridden with her. And that was
Oh,
cool.
cool.
And of course, Athena just had the baddest ass bike there. I'm just gonna
Yeah, you
say that.
did.
I mean, she totally did, and I was totally jealous. I saw her just sitting on it. She looked so badass, and I'm behind her. I'm going, I just know how she feels. She just feels awesome right now on her
Yeah,
own
it was
bike.
great. It was fun to see you guys all showing up with your bikes and your enthusiasm. It was our second attempt at making this ride happen with Biker Bells and our partner Harley Davidson Motor Company. And last year was a rain out for the inaugural year. And when I say rain, I don't mean like raindrops. I mean, it was like buckets opened up out of the sky and poured down. There was no way. Jody Perowitz was the only one willing. She's like, I got my clothes on, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, Harley pulled the cord. We can't do it. So I really appreciated her enthusiasm to ride in the rain no matter what. So that shows her tenacity. But this year we were really honored to have Laura Klock and Athena, and we had Maggie Hicks help lead the ride, and we had Savannah Rose, and who was also slated for last year, and of course Karen Davidson joined the ride along with other folks that people know, her two wheels, and some fun people. Then there was some really other unexpected people. We had different groups of riders coming from all over, which was really fun. So
Oh, I gotta say thank you to James. This is my cue to say thank you to James because he's lent me that bike and it was awesome. And I love you for it. Took me on an adventure that morning. We actually took 95 by accident. Oh no, that was for Marilyn's event, but he lent me the bike for that event. So I want to
yeah,
say thank you. I appreciate
he's
it.
always a great supporter of the Buffalo Chip, great supporter of Biker Bells, does whatever he can for us. So I was so grateful he could have the bike for you. So then we had Maggie Hicks. The picture you just saw was of Maggie Hicks, who is our co-captain along with Laura. And there, and she's been just accomplishing so much, riding all over the country. It's fun to follow her and her adventures. So it's fun that she had brought those adventures to the ladies that were there that day. Biker Bells was created so that we would have a home for women in motorcycling, and it really shows that we are trying to honor our past and empower our future. And Maggie's kind of that future part as we start into celebrating our 15th anniversary year, which Laura, being one of our founders, probably can speak a little bit to. We're excited to be looking back at 15 years. When Marilyn said 9 years, yeah, the time does go by really fast. You think, whoa, how'd that happen? So it's fun to have a mixture of newer riders, more experienced riders, and also we had men on the ride. We had two uppers on the ride. It was really everybody who supports women in motorcycling. We had Brittany Olson, who had just been riding in the Sons of Speed on Sunday, so it was cool to have her there. And Athena helping her with her lipstick was very important. I noticed that her lipstick matched her bike, so that was very nice of Harley Davidson to put that one loaner out there for her. And there's a great group of women. We had a great turnout. The weather was perfect. Really every style of rider. We had trikes and baggers and sportsters. We had and pan, and we had everything. It was
It was awesome.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
Laura, tell us about the ride, Laura. Now they're showing on the ride itself.
Well, it was an escorted ride, which was so awesome. I mean,
They did a great job.
A little bit. They did an awesome job. And, we only had to put our feet down a couple times. We were led through a beautiful ride. And whenever it's escorted like that, it just kind of, takes a little bit of the stress off, I think, of everyone, where you can relax a little bit, where you're going, you got someone to follow, so that always makes it so fun. And, of course, my daughter Carly was there. So that's always fun for me. Like, we don't live that far from each other, but we don't always get to ride together. So sometimes you have to go to an entirely different state to do that. I love that picture. It looks like I'm holding Brittany. It was so cute.
I know. I mean, everybody just had so much fun. There was a lot of laughter. We had some great giveaways from our sponsors. Harley Davidson had some giveaways for our drawing, and we had Biker Bell backpacks with our Sturgis Coffee Company and some swag from the Chip. And, people were really engaging.
Cool.
And we had one of the pictures that didn't show up but we had Gloria Struck came with and her daughter Lori, which was really fun for us. When I show the picture of Maggie being the new young rider, and we have Gloria there in our group. Yeah, there's our swag bags. It was just really
I didn't
fun.
know these glasses were in there. These are way cool.
So can I interject for a moment?
Yeah.
In that cool swag bag and all the things that you gave out a rider course for other women to inspire new riders, new women riders. So after I left that event, Trish from Women Riders Now and I went to Hooligans right up the street, and we were having lunch. Young girl came over, the hostess, after we were finished, and she said, "Oh my God, is that your motorcycle over there? I want to learn to ride." She couldn't have been 18, tiny little girl. And she qualified. So I told her she had to send pictures. I needed to get photos of her rider course. And so I gave her the rider course voucher that was given to me to inspire her to go out and ride. She said she never wants to own a car. Her first vehicle is going to be up.
That's awesome.
She qualified. So that was
Karen and Lauren from Harley Davidson will be really happy to hear that, because we're always trying to encourage new riders, but it takes the mentorship of the women like you that've gone before to encourage them and say, here's how you do it. This is what I know how to help you. I can give you this, and then I want to follow up with you, and you should tell me what's going on. I mean, that's kind of the magic of what happens at Biker Bell events with women when they gather. I mean, there's just this great magic that happens where mentorship.
And she was in tears. She's like, "Can I give you a hug?" I'm like, "You have to give me more than that. Here's my card. I expect pictures. I want to know when you take the course." All the whole mom. I gave her the whole mom thing. But yeah, she was super cool. Her name is Aaliyah. She's a hostess at Hooligans. It was really, it made me feel really good, because, just to have her say that and then say, well, wow, here's my opportunity to do it yet again. Because that's something that I know we all love to do, but that's my favorite thing. I love when they ask me questions, or they want to know, or how to do it, or how did I get started? And I let them know, that we all start in a different place. And the cool part about it is we all end up together. I mean, lifetime friendships, you build bonds and relationships, all because of a motorcycle with two wheels. And then the people who put all the things together, like yourself, Toni, Miss Laura, Miss Marilyn, you get to watch it bloom like a flower. It's really neat. It is super cool. And it fills me up. I enjoy it. I think that's my favorite part.
That's awesome. That's
Thank you.
fantastic.
All about. I mean, that's exactly what it's all about. So to celebrate, having Biker Bells for 15 years this year, I mean, to me, that just, you think about the generations that were there, from Gloria to the brand new riders, and just everybody being there, welcoming, just what you said. So we love it. It's great.
Awesome.
Well, and we've got some announcements that we're going to be making in the next month or so about Biker Bells in Buffalo, Chip, and Sturgis this year. So we're excited that we've got a little collaboration going of some ideas and some implementation that we're going to put forth, and we're we're getting ready.
I know you barely get back from Daytona and your head spins with all the new ideas. I think everybody here can attest to that. You start spinning and Marilyn shake her head like, oh my gosh, you feel behind before you even start. So, but yeah, and women move at this like really passionate pace is what I call it. It's just, they bring a lot of ideas and fortitude to the table. And so it's really like how to honor each of those participants and people and find that space. And when we started 15 years ago, I mean, people were still like, practically roto dialing on the phone. Do you know anybody in Milwaukee? And now they can all connect before I even get to them, they've got it all figured out. But one of the things I figured out they don't have figured out is just what Athena was sharing and what Marilyn spoke about earlier. And Laura was talking about, that's why we're here. It's really about that mentorship and connection and finding a place that you can celebrate. I often say that we all come from different stories and backgrounds and lives, and the one common thread that links us all together, that weaves our carpet, together is motorcycling. So you can come from all different walks of life, and yet you can have this one common thread that leads you into a new place. And you never know who you're going to be mentoring, and how you're impacting their life.
And that leads us to our next story, that there could be some shenanigans involved as well. There were some industry parties, and there were definitely a lot of shenanigans going on at those industry parties. I think all of these women, except Penny, were at the toast party. First we're going to show the vintage party that I was scared to let Marilyn go to.
Yeah, what a rough crowd that is. I don't think I could have handled them.
Oh, that's
I was like, it's
photo.
an AMCA crowd, and I'm not really sure who's going to show up. And then I found out it was Rocky's, and she was like, it was Rocky's party. She was really pissed at me. I was trying to protect her. But that was Toast Party. I got to see Danny all the time there. Yeah.
And this was before the cops came the fourth time.
The fourth time.
They came the fifth time. I thought that was probably wise.
They said if we have to come back.
They're usually there a dozen times for the toast party. It's usually a dozen, sometimes a baker's dozen.
Yeah, a baker's dozen. Yeah, that was a great time. Got to see everybody there. That was really, really a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite pictures. You guys just are having so much fun in this.
Well, Twisted Tea, Billy's been a big part of our lives for a long time at the Buffalo Chip, and has always been a great supporter of Biker Bells. And whenever we see each other, you captured a real moment right there.
You guys, yeah. I love this picture. One of my favorite pictures of the night. Just so much fun.
Sweetheart too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There were a lot of good people there. A lot of fun to be had.
It was a fun night.
It was a great night. It was a great way to end.
And Toni, I hope Toni had a little mishap.
I heard that.
I hope he's going to be okay.
I hope he's okay. I heard that today. Panheads forever.
Yes.
Yeah. Danny. Just kept seeing him around. That was fun.
Donnie, yeah.
Donnie Loose, yeah.
Donnie Loose.
That was Red, who owned that garage, which was just amazing. They were just if you can't find a part in there, you don't need it. I'm telling you, just a great time. But ladies, I've got to wrap it up because we do have the Willie's Chopper. I'm going to do that next week, and the Bike Show Mafia. I know that Jim is on there, and Jim, I've got some great pictures and some stories about that as well. But we've got to get to Brad afterwards, and we should have just made this the ladies for the whole hour. I just didn't want to take your whole hour, ladies, but I sure do appreciate it. And Athena, tell us about Athena After Dark. I love that title.
Yeah, that's a hit or miss. Some days it's good, some days it all depends on what you're looking for, I guess. It's at Athena After Dark Productions on Facebook, and you can also see it on Vagabond Chopper Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn and Instagram, and also on YouTube. And pretty much it's home of the 5 good things. I keep it positive.
I love that.
5 good segments, and then I have different people motorcycle people, not always from the industry, but people who ride and have adventures in the world of motorcycling. And I asked them all the same questions. And the cool part is everybody has a different story. So we always get different answers, you know, and it's super cool. We start out with some fun cats and dogs, apples or oranges, like that. And then we get into some more serious stuff, like who are their childhood heroes, their motorcycle heroes. What would you say to your 25-year-old self if you could go back and tell yourself something, you know, stuff like that. And then
it's really fun. You put a fun spin on it.
Yeah, and it's cool. And I do it in my pajamas. Sometimes they show up in their pajamas if they own some. Most of my biker friends don't own pajamas. Red flag. So that's okay though. But we have a good time tonight. We have Donnie Smith on, and exciting.
Nice.
His posters hung on my wall as a teenager. So that's I'm gonna do my best not to be giddy the whole time, even though I know him very well.
Athena After Dark on Facebook. I'm going to get a cold beverage and join her, and I hope you do too. Ladies, I love you all.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you so much. Let's do it again.
Rocks, flying piston breakfast rocks. Can't wait to do it again.
Same here.
Yes.
All right.
Fantastic. Let's do this again.
All right.
All right. That was cool, wasn't it? That was really fun.
Amazing. I almost felt like I was part of Daytona after talking to all of you. So thank you for allowing me to join you guys in that. That's amazing.
Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for being in the Full Throttle Law Studios. We're going to take a really quick break. We're going to come back with Brad. I wanted to say hello to Big Andy. Big Andy, sup, girls? Dave Mackey, James Lynch. James, I am going to play that stuff. I've got some great pictures I downloaded of your great Bike Show Mafia on Thursday. That was a lot of fun, a lot of great people. But if you don't mind, we are going to save it for next week so I don't have to rush through it. And then everybody stick around, stay tuned. We've got more coming up. Give it a like, give it a share. We'll be right back after these messages.
Law we practice is personal injury law. Specifically, we represent injured bicyclists and injured motorcyclists. My partner and myself have been practicing for 27 years. We know as a firm how to work together.
Because we focus only on motorcycle crashes and bicycle crashes, we are used to not only the dynamics of how the crashes happen, but we're also used to dealing with the biases of the insurance adjusters that want to put the blame on our clients.
While some products fix problems, Andrews solves them. With nearly 50 years of passion, precision, and high performance, Andrews Products changes the world of motorsports. Engineered and manufactured in-house, Andrews excels by using aircraft steel, then machining to the closest industry tolerances. If you need powerful cams, gears, and transmissions for your ride that are proudly made in America, use Andrews Products. Contact AndrewsProducts.com or call our tech line Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 847-759-0190. How can you tell if somebody actually cares? Look at their actions. At Full Throttle Law, we are all about protecting riders. That means we don't just organize rides. We take action to keep riders safe. We have sponsored or created over 20 safety-focused events in the past year alone. Emergency response classes, first aid courses, riding seminars, track days, garage nights, and fundraisers for local independent charities like Biker Down. Any law firm can help you get a settlement if you get hurt. But we're already on the road with you, doing everything we can to make sure we all get home safe at the end of the ride. If you've been hurt in any kind of accident, tell your smartphone to call Full Throttle Law. We ride together.
All right, and we are back. Robin really likes these glasses. I wonder if they can go over mine. Actually, I can read like that. Somebody else posted 2 glasses. Reading and sun. Perfect. Speaking of sun, sunny Florida. This guy was in sunny Florida, and he was at the races. Now, I did get to go to the Sons of Speed races, but I was not, I did not hit Daytona International Speedway other than the morning ride. And that was something that I always did. And now there's just so much stuff going on. But I know that you got out there and you've got some great footage for us. Let's see if we can hit this video real fast first, because I know it's coming. Brad Benson, sales manager at Seafoam Works. Brad, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Gina. Appreciate it.
You are real blurry. I think that's your background. For some reason, it's not giving you a good picture.
I'm getting a little glitch. I'm not sure what's going on.
Shoot. Okay. Well, we've got lots of pictures, so we can kind of improvise here. But hey, so you had a great time, it looked like.
Yeah, there was tons and tons of racing going on. It's kickoff season for road racing, for the King of the Baggers, for the hooligan class, for American Flat Track and the GNC hooligans. Your race at Sons of Speed, that was going on. I also partake with Steve Nace Racing, and there was races at Lake City and in Ocala, Florida, proceeding up to the Daytona Big Pro races. So
how many races can you get to?
Not all of them.
So I guess Kurt Busch was the announcer.
He was our grand marshal for the
Grand
first
marshal.
night. Yes.
Very cool.
Very, very cool.
How fun
That's
is
amazing.
that?
It was a lot of fun.
So Daytona Flat Track, I really wish I would have gotten out to there. I wish that Jake would have rode in that. I'm still trying to get him to do flat track other than Sons of Speed. But yeah, that's way cool stuff. How long, when did it start and how long were you there?
Well, I arrived the Saturday prior and got the two legs of the Steve Nace Amateur, Pro, and they also have vintage races out at Bubba Speedway or Raceway Park out in Ocala, and then ventured back into Daytona for everything leading up to Thursday and Friday, which became into Saturday because a little bit of rain on Friday to finish the American Flat Track. And it's just cool. Again, listening to you ladies talk earlier, and again with the heritage of some of theirs at Bubba Raceway, one of the riders getting into the wall. And the cool thing about like these events, I was doing a lot more history on the rallies, and man, Sturgis started with a race with the Hoyle family. If there wasn't races, there wouldn't be a rally.
Right.
And
then
it
started with the hill climbs, didn't it?
Hill climbs.
And Daytona started with races on the beach.
Correct, with cars and motorcycles. Laconia is the oldest running. It started like in 1916. Yep. And then came Sturgis.
And Charlie was there. Don't ever let him tell you that he wasn't.
But again, bikes, races, rallies. It's all so much of our intricate history of all makes and models of motorcycles.
That's a great point. It really is. It really is. And, I caught some of what Chris Callan said. It brings us back to the origination and to, just like the Sons of Speed, it really brings it back, that feeling, that vibe. It's a great vibe to be at the racetrack.
And at the Steve Nace races, they have a brakeless class. So we really get to see, just like you probably have the vintage bikes like that in the Sons of Speed. So it's so cool to see that.
Brakes are overrated.
Yeah.
Until you need them.
Exactly.
Those are great photos.
Yeah, I took them all.
Oh, did you?
They're mine.
That's awesome. Nice.
Fantastic. And Seafoam is sponsoring several of these teams, one of these teams.
Well, this main team here that we're sponsoring is the Turner Racing Honda Factory Support short track in the singles class of American Flat Track. So right there's our young man, Chase Sadoff. He was our rookie of the year last year coming into the season.
Nice.
Me and Cindy, my wife, have been helping and following him for a long, long time since he was a little boy. Now he's a great young man. And one of the other riders is Morgan Mishler out of Wisconsin here. Again, just being around these guys, watching them young. Trent Lowe is a new rider to the team. So he's brand new to the team. The other two were together last year, and he fit right in. He did really good also on the first night. And then Chase, actually, our young man there, got third place on the podium for the second night. So,
fantastic. Well, it's always good for second and third.
Yeah.
And then in the twins class was exciting too. A young Dallas Daniels, another young protege. they're hanging out with Mike Turner, Mike Benson, and some of the guys that just great friends and camaraderie at the tracks.
Absolutely.
But the future of our sport looks so good. There's one I threw out. I made a little meme. You never know what you find in the trailer, you know.
It's always good when you find seafoam.
Seafoam's a great product. It can be used in everything, as you know, Gina.
Well, I gave all of my little bottles away to Marilyn for the builders, for the Flying Piston Builders Breakfast. So we got to put a little one in all of their little bags, all their little giveaways.
I got a quick story. My husband and I went out on his brother's boat. His brother passed away, and my husband inherited his boat, and it had been sitting for quite a while. And I'm telling you what, we use seafoam in that boat, and it's running much better. So thank you.
Awesome.
You hear those stories all the time. I mean,
it's endless.
I heard those stories all the time. Yeah.
Everywhere you go, they see the name, the hat, and and again with the Steve Nace races, I help support those amateur riders, give them some samples. We want to get them to the races. We want to get them home, and it's just fun hearing all the uses and all the great things that happen like that. So,
for sure,
fantastic. What's your next event, Brad?
Well, I will be at the Donnie Smith Bike Show at the end of this month, so I'll be back there again this year and setting up and doing some demos with our exterior detailer, which is our quick wax spray on and wipe off and shine. And then our interior detailer for autos works great with motorcycles, especially infotainment centers. It's not greasy or silicone or type of feel, and it works on the touch screens. It works on the inner fairings. It's a UV protectant, so it works great on the seats, and it's not slippery. It doesn't ruin anything. So that is a 1-2 detailing punch. And then also with the Bugs Be Gone as a pre-soak to get all the scum and the hard deposits and everything loosened up so they come right off the bike.
Yeah, that's some great stuff. It's all great stuff. It's all great seafoam stuff. Seafoam works. Brad, thank you so much for joining us on Open Road Radio. We appreciate your recap of the races. God, look at that. It just
great shots.
Thanks.
Yeah, really good shots.
And Gina, just want to give you a big shout out and thank you too for being such a good advocate of us with Seafoam, promoting, preaching, and teaching to the two-wheel crowd, because we all have four wheels because we can't ride the two wheels all year round, unfortunately. And but
well,
no,
if you're Athena, you can.
Right. And then all the ladies that were on your show earlier. I'm from South Dakota originally, so with Laura, I know the Klock family and all the cool inspirations of their racing success, and then your guys' endeavors with the bells and stuff. That's awesome. My wife rides also, so it's great to hear and building these generations and legacies of riders.
It sure is. Motorcycle industry is vast and lively, and it's just it's home. It's really cool. Great people. You meet great people on motorcycles.
Yes, we do.
All right, Brad, thank you so much. We're going to bring you back for another recap very soon. And until then, happy trails, and we'll look forward to talking to you.
Thank you all, and God bless.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye. All right, honey, we've got one more ad break we're going to hit, and then we'll kind of quickly sum everything up. So give it a like, give it a share. We got a lot of great people that came on tonight. Dennis, Big D in the house. I got to see him at the races, got to see him at the breakfast, the builders benefit. He was all over town. He knew what was going on, and he was into it, man. So great stuff.
That's good.
Yeah. So a lot of the llamas, they came up to see me at the booth. That's kind of nice to have a booth every year at the same place, or to have somebody that's there because people know where to find you, and that's kind of cool. So we had a lot of great people that came up and said hello. So we appreciate that. Let's hit a quick ad break. We'll be right back.
Law we practice is personal injury law. Specifically, we represent injured bicyclists and injured motorcyclists. My partner and myself have been practicing for 27 years. We know as a firm how to work together.
Because we focus only on motorcycle crashes and bicycle crashes, we are used to not only the dynamics of how the crashes happen, but we're also used to dealing with the biases of the insurance adjusters that want to put the blame on our clients.
While some products fix problems, Andrews solves them. With nearly 50 years of passion, precision, and high performance, Andrews Products changes the world of motorsports. Engineered and manufactured in-house, Andrews excels by using aircraft steel, then machining to the closest industry tolerances. If you need powerful cams, gears, and transmissions for your ride that are proudly made in America, use Andrews Products. Contact AndrewsProducts.com or call our tech line Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 847-759-0190. How can you tell if somebody actually cares? Look at their actions. At Full Throttle Law, we are all about protecting riders. That means we don't just organize rides, we take action to keep riders safe. We have sponsored or created over 20 safety-focused events in the past year alone. Emergency response classes, first aid courses, riding seminars, track days, garage nights, and fundraisers for local independent charities like Biker Down. Any law firm can help you get a settlement if you get hurt. But we're already on the road with you, doing everything we can to make sure we all get home safe at the end of the ride. If you've been hurt in any kind of accident, tell your smartphone to call Full Throttle Law. We ride together.
Down here from Andrews Products, working with the fabulous Gina Woods from Open Road Radio.
Hell yeah!
It's a real pleasure. We started out the adventure at New Smyrna Raceway with the Sons of Speed race. Owen, what did you like best about that?
The age of the bikes, the riders, the mechanics, people working on the bike are also racing the bikes, so they know the feel of the bike, the speed that the bikes are going. We were there looking at the possibility of coming out with a new flathead Harley camshaft. 3 specs, stock, mild street, and then full-on race. So look for that end of summer from Andrews Products. And everyone at the raceway was fantastic. It was very welcoming. The bikes on the track were amazing. Again, all the different vintages. 1911, 1940s, 50s, just fantastic. It was a great experience out there.
We were so glad to have you guys out there as well. I mean, when Andrews Products is walking the aisles, you know something's going on, some special R&D. Yeah, it sure was. It was very special, and that kind of gives us a little clue that something is coming up from Andrews Products. We're really excited about that.
Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful.
Penny, what you got coming up this week? Anything in Las Vegas?
So this Friday, St. Patty's Day, but we also have our vintage bike night this Friday. Starts at 7. Proper 12 is the sponsor, and we're going to have a good time.
That's at Main Street Moto.
It's at 18 Bin, right down the street from Main Street Moto. There'll be food specials, all kinds of activities, and we're looking forward to it.
A good time for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to come out there and make one of those. So that is our hour, everybody. Gosh, it was it went so fast, and it was so much fun talking to everybody and recapping. And Penny, thank you for hanging in there with us. And always appreciate that from the Full Throttle Law Studio. And we'll just see.
Full Throttle Law Studios.
Yeah, look at she's got it on.
Right.
We want to thank Marilyn Stemp, who joined us tonight, and Athena. Check out Athena's show. It's coming up now. And I'm going to go get a cold beverage and join her as well. Thank you for everybody that participated and came out to the morning ride and the Flying Fish and Breakfast. That was just fantastic. It was a great week in Daytona. Toni Woodruff, Laura Klock, and everybody that showed up to say hi. It was really great seeing everybody, and let's do it again.
Absolutely. I can't wait to go to the next one.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we are heading out. We've got a live broadcast at Bar Louie next Monday. So check it out, Bar Louie in Oak Brook, and we've got some special guests. So we hope you'll join us if you're in the Chicagoland area or coming into town. And we'll see you then. So I guess, We'll see you
Have a
later.
good night, everybody.
All right, everybody have a
good
great week and get your St. Patty's Day on Friday.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thank you for tuning in to America's premier motorcycle talk show, Open Road Radio.
Hey, thanks for coming along. We hope you enjoyed the ride.